Again, it's Beth Estes with a supplementary lecture on dialogic reading. You've been reading a lot of different articles about dialogic reading for this class, but I wanted to spend a little bit more time on it because I think it can be one of your most successful programs as a children's librarian. I also think it can be a big part of what you do both in-house and outreach-wise. There are a couple of conditions that I think make you more successful if you do want to do dialogic reading programs at your library. And one is to try and get as much background as you can in dialogic reading. Now, dialogic reading was the brainchild of Dr. Grover Whitehurst and his colleagues at SUNY Stony Brook. And he was groundbreaking in looking at picture books' effect on literacy. And many of his writings are still cutting edge today. There are many researchers in psychology and that are still looking at his primary source research from the late 50s, early 60s, and still using it today and still delving deeper into it. So if you get a chance to look at it, I would certainly suggest that would be a good thing for you to do. There are ways for you to get, and I'm just going to call it certification. I took many workshops in early literacy, emergent reading, speak and say. Lots of people have put another name on to what was termed dialogic reading. When you say dialogic reading, it sounds pretty, what's a parent going to say? What does that mean? But I still use it because we're using it in an academic setting, and it's important for you to understand what it means and how to use it. I used to also put on programs, and these programs were basically promoted through the library, and they were advertised as increasing your child's vocabulary. They were open to just about anybody up to the age of 3. And I'll talk, basically, language development with dialogic reading is you're trying to prepare the child for kindergarten or pre-kindergarten so that you're preparing them with the largest vocabulary that you possibly can when they go to kindergarten. That being said, I never turned anyone away because in our library, that was just not, that wasn't promoted. But I did stress that the workshop was for small groups. The intent was to be able to work one-on-one, and also wanted to have small enough groups that we could be really effective so that we didn't have to have multiple sessions. Now, those workshops were not considered something that we got, that we charged for. They were part of our literacy program. We did promote a lot of picture books and increase circulation from those workshops. On an average, I would have, 6 to 8 parents, caregivers, and 6 to 8 children. And we would do a 3-hour workshop. And it was amazing that I would have repeats. It was a series of 3. You could take 1 or 3. And it really did make a lot of difference in the community, especially to those children that didn't have a lot of access to books or to language acquisition in their home, English language acquisition. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied today. So you've been reading about, what it is, how you can use it. In my little story time